Hello everybody, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified every single time that I upload a new video. And for those of you that have donated, thank you for your donations. Thank you for your time donations. I love time donations. So if you write me a letter and you send it to me, that's considered a time donation. My address is actually in the description area. So if you want to donate your time to show your appreciation and tell me what video you watch, tell me a little bit about yourself, tell me where you're from. All the information is down below in the description area. I actually just received a letter all the way from Sweden. How awesome is that? It took 17 days to get here. That is just amazing. I live in New York, excuse me, and a sweet soul from Sweden sent me the most precious note all the way from the other side of the world. Also, if you've ordered a numerology report from me, I want to say thank you. You guys got me busy, and it's a passion of mine, so I enjoy doing this. So at some point in your life, you're going to experience the dark night of the soul. If you're going through this spiritual journey, if you are on the spiritual path and you are awakening, there's going to be a point that you're going to experience your first dark night of the soul. Now, the dark night of the soul is something, it's where it seems that everything that can possibly go wrong in your life will go wrong. You will feel like you are cursed with bad luck. The dark night of the soul occurs when your life literally feels like you've hit rock bottom. Now, when the dark night of the soul hits, it's kind of like everything just happens all at once. It's a domino effect. You'll feel like all of a sudden you have this streak of bad luck all of a sudden out of the blue. You don't know where it came from or how it happened. You'll just experience all of these things, and it just feels like you have hit the jackpot of bad luck. Things will start to go downhill, and it'll go downhill really fast, and it'll affect you personally, it will affect you financially, it will affect you mentally and or physically. However, what many people fail to realize is that the dark night of the soul is truly a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. So what usually happens during the dark night of the soul is that we get beat down by all of these experiences that we end up reflecting on. We end up saying things like, why is this happening? Why did this happen to me? Why me? Why now? So I'm here to tell you guys, don't look at it as a curse or a streak of bad luck. Look at the dark night of the soul as a cleansing process. At first, you may start to feel hatred towards those who contributed to your dark night of the soul. You might question your creator, source, God, or who or whatever you believe in. You might even start to feel as though your spirit guides and your guardian angels have let you down. Now, this couldn't be further from the truth. Eventually, you will realize that you needed to experience everything that you are going through or everything that you went through in order to grow spiritually. There's a lesson in every single challenge in your life. I've come to the conclusion, yes, I've come to the conclusion that life is just one fucked up, twisted Alice in Wonderland riddle. You just got to figure it out. But in time, you will end up surrendering yourself because you'll just have to. You'll just end up surrendering yourself. You will have had it up to here. You'll be fed up, and there'll be nothing else left to do other than to surrender yourself. And not only will you surrender yourself, you will surrender your ego to whatever the universe has in store for you. Now, before you incarnated here, you made a soul contract that involved everyone that led you to your dark night of the soul. When you were on the other side of the veil, you specifically chose these people to help you grow spiritually. Some of these people may have had previous karmic relationships with you, okay, which you both needed to resolve in this incarnation, in this time of your life. Now, the twisted part of this is the people that are helping you. These people could be your own family members. They could be that close to you. Now, I'm going through something personal, and I've been going through this personal situation since 2016 with my siblings and my brother's wife. Long story short, I realized that this situation that we're going through is part of my spiritual growth. Since our falling out, I have harvested new strengths and new abilities in my life, which I'm grateful for. It has also opened up all three of my eyes and my third eye, all three of my eyes, much wider than they've ever been before. I can actually see the situation much more clear than I could see before. I can see the bigger picture. I can see the lesson, and I was able to learn from some of it. Not all of it, but some of it. And being able to see better and more clear, I now understand the importance of forgiveness. And let me tell you guys something. Forgiving is so hard to do. That may sound crazy, but forgiveness is hard. I thought forgiving somebody was just you saying, all right, it's been long enough, I forgive you. No, 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 no. That's not what forgiveness is. Trust me, that's not forgiveness. Forgiveness is forgiving and meaning it from the heart, like 100% meaning it, never bringing it up again, never throwing it in anybody's face again, never talking about it again. Like, I forgive you, it never happened, let's not talk about it, and we're gonna move on from this. I do not hold you responsible for anything. Basically, I forgive you. I'm never gonna bring it up again. I'm not gonna point fingers, and I'll never hold it over your head. That's true forgiveness and meaning it from the heart with love. But I'm still not there yet. Not completely. I'm not there yet. Like, I forgave my brother and my sister and everybody else that was involved, but I'm not completely there yet. You know, my ego is one stubborn, tough cookie. I'm still struggling to let go of one aspect of this whole situation. One. And one is big. This is big for me, and I don't know how to get around it. I want to get through this. You know, I really do. I want to get through this. Just, you know, so I don't have to incarnate again and go through this whole situation or another battle with my brother's wife's soul again. You know, I want to wash my hands and walk away. I just want to get over it. I really do, but I don't know how. Now, in meditation, something came to my mind. And it was like, when I meditate, sometimes when I channel, I will see words, or I'll hear a voice, or I'll see pictures. A lot of the times it's like pictures. You ever draw a bunch of pictures and then in a book, you ever draw a bunch of pictures in a book and then you take the book and you go, and all the pages flick and it looks like all the pictures are moving? Well, when I channel and sometimes when I'm meditating, that's what comes across. So I get all these pictures in my mind, and something came to me. I have been incarnated many times, okay? And I've been doing this for a very long time, over and over again, battling with the same person, you know, in all of my incarnations. We're always battling, we're always feuding. And you know why? Because we weren't able to solve the problem and I wasn't able to forgive. Now I'm not responsible and accountable for her, or maybe I am. Maybe this is part of the contract. Maybe if this is something that I can get over, maybe we can move on from this. Maybe she doesn't need to get on from this. Whoa, I just got a really wicked feeling, like a dizzy spell just came over me. Whew, that was weird. Now, this woman, this soul, because she's hasn't always been a woman in my past carnations. So this soul is my war partner, basically. This soul is my war partner. And I've come to the conclusion that I have to figure out a way to find peace and forgiveness, obviously. I really want her out of my life forever. Like, I don't ever want to see her again, her or her soul. I would like to forgive her and mean it. I really would like to forgive her and mean it. But what she did is so unforgivable. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm like stuck. Listen, I'm human just like you, and we all have problems. Just because I have this YouTube channel and, you know, I talk about spiritual growth and spiritual development and I share little stories with you guys, doesn't mean that I'm this like perfect spiritual Buddha. I'm not like Jesus or anything, you guys. I'm human just like you, and, you know, we all have our problems. It's life. So at this point, I guess I'm just gonna have to keep camping under the stars in the dark night of my soul until I can figure out how to get through this. A part of me, a little piece of me feels like it's almost there, and there's just this one little block that I'm having a really hard time. It's like a hurdle. It's a very challenging hurdle that I'm having a hard time to jump over. Now, this is something that I have to do and figure out all by myself. I can't talk to other people. I can take advice. I can listen to advice, but this is something that I have to do for myself. You can't fix this problem for me. Nobody else can fix this problem for me. This is something that I have to fix and figure out all by myself. I have to go through the lessons. I have to go through the emotions to get to the bottom of this situation. This is like trying to, what's a good analogy here? This is like trying to scrape wallpaper off of the walls of a huge castle with a spoon. That's how I feel at this point. Yeah, I went there. And I apparently signed up for this. Like, I apparently signed a contract and I agreed to this. I agreed to sign this contract with these souls. I agreed to all of this. I really, really wish that I could remember agreeing to all this. At this point, I want to see the contract because I call bullshit. There's no way that I agreed to this and I signed off on this. I kind of feel like this is the challenge. Kind of like, you ever watch those baking shows on TV when, you know, you get your challenge, you get your task. You get your task to bake something and everybody's competing with each other to bake the best, and it has to come out tasting the best, it has to come out looking the best, the presentation, everything. And then midway through the baking process, they throw this challenge in to kind of like mix things up. So my brother's wife is the universe's way of throwing this twisted challenge at me to mix things up in my life, to, I don't know, test me, challenge me, make my life more difficult. I don't know. Anyways, enough of me. I wanted to share that because, you know, I'm making this video, so I want you to know that I've experienced the dark night of the soul, and I just wanted to share with you a little piece of my life and my experience of going through the dark night of the soul. Now, during the dark night of the soul, your spirit guides and your guardian angels are with you at every single second of your life. They never abandoned you. They will never abandon you. They're always with you. Even if you feel like they're not with you, they really are with you. Now, this is so true. They have given me many, many signs to show me that they are always with me. I get hearts, I get smiling faces, just little things. Sometimes I'll find a penny on the ground, or I don't know, certain birds that come to me. And I've spoken about this in some of my other videos. But they're always with you. Your spirit guides, your angels, they never leave your side. Just know that when you feel, pain, or you feel sorrow, or you feel depressed, they feel it too. They feel it not emotionally, they feel it in a vibrational way. Now, as much as they want to see you happy, they also have to realize that you need to experience certain life situations in order to grow spiritually. Every single day, you're being guided, not pushed, but guided. They cannot push you because of the whole free will law of the universe and stuff like that. So they can't push you, they can't tell you what to do, but they can guide you and give you little signs to get you on the right path, or try to get you on the right path. They're trying to guide you towards the direction of fulfilling your life's purpose. And some of that guidance includes experiencing the dark night of the soul. Letting go of our images of God can be a little terrifying. It is often the result of an experience of suffering in our lives, when our previous understanding is no longer adequate to give meaning to what has happened to us. When my family did what they did, it involved my kids, okay? I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to go too much into it, but it involved my kids. It involved my family. I was taken by surprise. I was totally blindsided and attacked. All of my beliefs about God and life and morals and family values were all just like stripped away from me, and I was left raw. I was left frightened. I was left angry, and I was sad, and I was revengeful. Many people offered words of wisdom, words of comfort. They offered me comfort. They shared stories about their family with me just to show me that, we're all not perfect. Everybody has problems, and not everybody has the perfect family. So basically, they were just showing me comfort in my situation so that I did not feel alone. Some of these people that were showing me comfort were even willing to sit with me in the darkness, comforting me to the light, trying to help me see the light, trying to help me be more positive. And, they were just trying to make me feel happy again. They wanted Gabbie back. But that didn't last long, because you can't help somebody. You have to allow somebody to go through the emotions. Ultimately, we can only help ourselves. This is the mystical experience of the dark night of the soul. Nobody else can do it for you. Nobody else can work you through it. This is something that you have to experience all by yourself. We must let the process move through us. And this process is one that is much, much greater than we can comprehend. We can never force our way back to the light. We have to figure it out and find it on our own. It's a slow process. Actually, not that it's a slow process, it's a process that you have to take at your own pace until you actually get it, until you actually figure it out. It is only in this place of absolute surrender that the new possibilities can emerge. Also, I want to let you guys know that we don't just experience one dark night in our lives. We experience many, many, many dark nights. And the intensity of them, they vary on different things. It's just depending on what level you are on in your awakening, on your path. And then these dark nights come in, and they come in to peel back more layers in your life. Once you hit one certain level, then it's got to peel back more layers of that ego on that level. The first dark night, in my experience, the first dark night I feel is probably the worst. My first dark night of the soul was in, I believe, 2002, and it actually lasted until 2006. Now they can last a week, they can last a couple weeks, they can last months, they can last a year, or they can just last until you figure out the lesson. But the one in 2002 going into 2006, that one was more like lesson after lesson after lesson. It's like it like purged out a whole bunch of stuff out of me in this period of time. And once I started to see a glimpse of the light, boom, it hit me again. And it was just, it kept hitting me and hitting me and hitting me. And then finally, I came out of it. But in that time of my life, that is something that I needed to experience. And now when I look back at that time, I look back and I can see that I needed that experience. And I'm grateful that I went through that experience. We all must and will go through at least one dark night of the soul in our lifetime. As of today, we are January 2019. I've already been through 3 dark night of the soul in my lifetime up to this point. But I've come a long way. I've come a long way as a person. I've come a long way spiritually. I mean, there are so many lessons that I learned. And when I look back at those moments of my life, I'm actually grateful that I went through what I went through, because it made me a better person. It made me who I am today. The true blessing of the dark night of the soul is the spiritual cleansing that you receive. When you have reached the dark night of the soul, you have reached your lowest point in this incarnation. Just know that from this day forward, your life will take a new meaning as you begin to understand why everything had to happen this way, to understand why it had to happen the way that it did. Once you come out on the other side of the dark night, you will gain a new perspective and appreciation of what you had to go through, and these experiences will just magnify your spiritual progression. Typically, many people will experience the loss of their ego, or a loss of ego, for the first time in their life during the dark night of the soul. This can be a very humbling experience. We typically associate a title of our accomplishments with who we are, but fail to see that ultimately we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We're not human, beings experiencing a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. We're spiritual beings that came here to have a human experience. So everything you're experiencing is because you chose to experience it. You chose to come here. You chose to wear this body full of meat and skin and blood and bones to go through these emotional experiences. When we lose our ego, we can finally connect to our spiritual essence, because we are no longer associating ourselves with society's perception or our own preconception of who we are. The dark night of the soul gives us a new sense of appreciation for all that is good in life, and shows us how little we truly need just to be happy. But the most important aspect gained through the dark night of the soul is the connectedness we receive through our transformation of consciousness. That's a beautiful thing. It's as if you were given a new lease on life. You stop blaming other people and you begin to look within for answers. You learn forgiveness and gratitude. You realize that you needed to have these experiences in order to get you pointed in a new direction that will facilitate your spiritual growth and life purpose. If you are currently experiencing the dark night of the soul, I can assure you that there are much happier and fulfilling days ahead of you. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Just hang in there. At some point, you should surrender and have faith in Source, love, God, the Creator, or whatever or whoever you believe in. And just know that you are always being divinely guided towards your life purpose. Just look at where your life has taken you and what direction you are being shown or what direction you're being led towards. Try to forgive those who have led you to the dark night of the soul. Because remember, we made a contract with these souls. And try forgiving yourself if you're going through something that led you to believe that you did something wrong, or maybe you did do something wrong, or maybe you had a time in your life when you were just doing you were doing things through ego that led you to hurt people or hurt yourself, and now you went through this awakening or whatever, and you've changed your life, you've changed your path, and you're a better person, or a better, you're doing things with love or in a higher vibration, and you feel like your past is something that's unforgivable. Try to forgive yourself. Forgiving is so hard, no matter if it's forgiving somebody else or forgiving yourself. Forgiveness is so hard. Forgiveness and love is so hard. I know that sounds like so stupid and easy, but trust me, to forgive, you have to mean it and you have to do it with love. To love, you have to mean it and you have to feel it with pure love. Try forgiving someone that you love, okay? Try forgiving someone that you love, and try loving someone that you forgave. It's a little tough. Try forgiving someone your ego hates. That's tough. Better yet, try loving them. Try loving them unconditionally before you tell me that it's easy. And remember, don't try to force any immediate changes, because they will come to you when you are ready. When you have given yourself enough time, these changes, they will come to you. Sometimes during the dark night of the soul, the best thing to do is nothing and just live your life in the now moment. But, do it with love. Do it in a high vibration. Try to look at the positive aspects around you. Like, for instance, some positive aspects is you're alive, you're breathing, you woke up today, you're healthy. So while it may not seem like it right now, if you're going through the dark night of the soul right now, it may not seem like it right now, but the people who led you to this point are most likely part of your soul group. And again, I want to see the contract that I signed when I get on the other side. When I get on the other side of this veil, when I cross over, when I transition, I demand to see the contract. On the other side of the veil, they loved you so much that they agreed to go through this journey with you and incarnate with you into this human form, okay, to help you out in your life, they volunteered to lead you into this dark night of the soul. So my brother's wife, if she's not my war partner, and this is not something we signed up for as war partners, if we're truly not enemies, universal enemies somehow, some way, she must love me so much to agree to keep incarnating, to keep battling it out with me. I don't know. You just have to find humor in the situation. You truly do. Everything I'm saying, I truly am saying this with love. Okay. And it's taken me a very long time to get me to this point, to even joke about it and do it with a smile and to do it with a little bit of love in my heart. So listen, I know other souls from other soul groups agreed to help out in this incarnation. It literally takes a village to raise a child. And right now, you're the child. You're going through the dark night of the soul, and these other souls that either led you to the dark night of the soul, pushed you into the dark night of the soul, or, whatever the case may be. In this scenario, it literally takes a village to raise a child. And right now, you're the child, and these other people around you are just the elders that are teaching you. All these lessons are indeed lessons. You and your soul tribe are learning together. You signed up for this together, and you're going through it together. You are teaching each other together. You are learning from it together. You all play a role in this village scenario. You are all growing spiritually to be better versions of yourself. I truly, solely believe that the object of this life journey or this life game or this life path is to help each other realize that we are one. If I hate you, I hate me. If I help you, I help me. If I love you, I love me. We are one. We are literally aspects of each other. And the true challenge here on earth is to love, because love is the law. Love is the tribe in the village helping you grow. Love is helping you grow towards the light to love. Love created us. The best way to look at the dark night of the soul is to compare it to a butterfly. Before your dark night, you were a slow moving caterpillar like this, who was limited to this very small area because of your lack of mobility. You could only do this and you can only go so far, so fast. You didn't realize how much more you were capable of doing until you spun your cocoon. Once you emerged from your cocoon, you transformed yourself into a beautiful butterfly whose boundaries were limitless. You can go anywhere you wanted. You were free. You're a flying, beautiful butterfly. Now, in this analogy, the cocoon is where you do nothing except for going within. You are on the verge of a spiritual transformation. So let go of your ego, surrender to the universe, and soon you'll be spreading your beautiful wings to fly away. You'll be free. Sending all of you star seeds lots and lots of love, lots of positive vibes, lots of healing vibes, especially if you're going through the dark night of soul. You're not alone. We're all going to go through it. Some of us have already went through it. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You know, I will be honest with you. And if you have questions that are confidential or private, or you want to stay private, email me. My email address is in the description area down below. You guys can email me. You know, I'm an open book. I will tell you whatever you want to know. I will share my stories with you. You know, since I've already gone through 3 dark nights of the soul, I have a lot to share. I can probably relate to a lot of you guys. Surprisingly, you will be surprised. Shocker. But for real, if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Comment down below if you like the video. Also, comment down below if there's something that you would like me to do a video on. Also, before I wrap this video up, if anybody wants to order a numerology report, you could do so via PayPal. All that information, all the links to order a numerology report from me is down below. I read everything, your life path number, your expression number. I have a whole list in the description area of every subject that I cover in your numerology report. It's only $11.11, $11.11. It's an energy exchange. And if you would like to donate, you can do that too through my PayPal account. And if you're not into donating money, which is totally fine with me, donate your time. Write me a letter. I love getting mail. I love time donations. They're my favorite. I love getting letters in the mail from people. That shows me you're grateful. That shows me your appreciation. And when I receive this, it will lift my vibration. It will make me happy. And guess what? You'll have a pen pal because I'll write you back. Sending you guys lots of love and lots of light.